have another sad story, man. This one right here hit me hard. so so this isn't a famous person, a celebrity. This is nobody of any note or notoriety. This is just a hard-working woman.
That's right.
Who This is just a hard-working mother, single mother of three, who went viral after getting fired by Burger King for showing up late on the job. All of this after running a shift single handedly because she couldn't put together people to work on the schedule. Of course, this is according to her. Of course, we'll take her at her word. I don't, no one's released any camera footage of the night in question. No one's released any No one's released any camera footage of the night in question in which she was allegedly working Burger King by herself. But we'll take her at her word that that's what actually happened. So in light of being fired, she um, started a GoFundMe, and so she's unmuted since then, posting about how wild her life is and how crazy it is that she's no longer working and how she does things for her kids, and it's crazy that Burger King fired her for being late. So this story says Burger King employee who went viral for running restaurant alone launches GoFundMe after firing. The viral Burger King worker who went viral for saying she was running a South Carolina location by herself has announced that she's been fired from the fast food chain and launched a GoFundMe. In a TikTok video shared on August 8th, Nakia Hamilton shared the emotional announcement while sitting in her car. So I'm not gonna read the quotes because I'm gonna play the video. Getting increasingly emotional, Hamilton explained her frustration with people who have commented about her online since she went viral and how it's impacting her mental state. Hamilton launched a GoFundMe after losing her job. At the time of this writing, the fundraiser has raised more than $57,000, very close to its $60,000 goal. In the description of the post, Hamilton thanked people for helping her out. Hamilton went viral in July with a video that showed her running the entire restaurant alone at a Burger King in Columbia, South Carolina. She later explained the situation to WACH. One of my employees just quit on me and they didn't have anyone else to come in, so I had to work by myself and close by myself. Had to do the dishes, do prep, do the floor, do the front counter drive through. Hamilton revealed to the news station that she was working 12-hour shifts to support her kids. I'll be missing out on my kids' lives when I work so much. I have to provide for them, but I really don't have time to spend with them, and it hurts me a lot. So here is Miss Hamilton unmuting recently about her mental state given everything that has happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and
She did the
stop
prep.
this and share the other one.
So they had to do the prep, the dishes, clothing by yourself.
my my heart bleeds for her. I've been there.
Oh man, hell no.
All right, so here's Miss Hamilton going ham.
Hmm.
Free fired me because I've been late because of my kids, but my kids come first. And now when y'all gonna watch my kids? Y'all don't pay for no babysitter, no nothing. But it's cool. That everybody talking about because I bought jewelry and shit with my money. That shit came from Shein. I'm not buying no real jewelry when I got bills and shit. What y'all mad? Y'all had PPP loans and did nothing with y'all money? The fuck? I'm already aggravated. I'm pissed. I'm already depressed. I'm going through this mental shit. And motherfuckers fucking with me. To leave me alone, bro. This shit aggravating at this point. I don't even care, bro. Y'all can have all this shit. I ain't want no fame, no money, no none of this shit. My mind is already fucked up. I'm trying to get pussy for my kids. I cannot do this shit no more. I cannot. The devil been on my back bad. You know what? He got it. He won. The devil fucking won. I promise you he won. Y'all, he got it. He got it, y'all.
Damn.
That's tough, man. She say the devil won.
Oh
You
man.
know, it's bad when you say the devil won.
Hey man, I'll never say that, but yeah, it's bad. That's she down bad for saying that, man. Or at least she was at that time. But yeah, man. So the article says that she did make a video, I guess, of her working that actual shift,
Yeah.
and then they fired her after that because she was showing up late to work or something. But I say this, you know, I'm glad she's getting money. I'm glad she's getting money. I think that GoFundMe's for certain situations, um, they're all right with me. Um, because this is just a situation where the internet has heard about it and they just wanted to pitch in. Some people wanted to just pay their tithes, man, and somebody's having life changing money out of the situation. Now, some people may say 65K is chump change, and
That's
it may
what
be.
that's what
Huh?
Lil Tay would say. Lil
That's
Tay.
what. Well, that's fair. That's fair. She would say that that's chump change, but that'll definitely make a huge impact for somebody that had to work 12-hour shifts to support their kids. Now, if people want to, if anybody want to get into the reason of why she's single and why she got 3 kids, hey man, y'all doing too much. The reality is that this is her reality, and she's trying to make the situation happen for her family. And so, as somebody that worked, I worked in retail, which is its own grind. It's not like food. I don't know how fast food works. Whenever I did go to fast food places, and I would see, the drive through, there's so much stuff, so many machines, there's so much stuff going on. I'm like, y'all gotta do all of this stuff. You gotta know how to do this. It's the wildest thing ever. I don't know how fast food people work. I really don't. And it's not no. It's just like that in and itself causes anxiety. Me just looking inside that damn window. So I can only imagine working there and then doing it all by yourself. I've worked some real shifts, man. Doing various jobs where I just got my ass kicked that day. I mean, they really got every penny out of me, man. And I'm just sitting there just feeling like the devil won. I'm serious, man. And I'm really going through it, bro. And you know what I'm saying? It's just enough to pay rent, bro. It's just enough to pay rent, and it's just enough for $20 of food for the week. You know what I'm saying? And living like that, bro. It puts you in a bad space, or it has the opportunity to put you in a bad place. So clearly, there, you know what I'm saying? Very emotional in the car there. She definitely reached her breaking point. I don't know how she is on a baseline. I don't know if that's her norm or if she's just, you know what I'm saying, whatever she got going on. But all in all, I can feel the fact that, hey, man, you be giving your everything for these jobs. And it's not that it's because it's whatever. It's like, hey, man, I'm just trying to take care of my situation. And for people that's grinded it out like that to get fired over for some stuff that you may feel like is BS. Yeah, man, none of that's cool, man. Because before the GoFundMe, I know the thoughts in her mind was like, where is this money gonna come from to take care of people? So I'm behind her. I really don't know much, but hey, man, on the surface of things, I think it's bogus. Um, I think it's bogus, and I'm glad she's getting a check out of it, something out of this. But what are your thoughts, man, on a sister here from Burger King, working 12-hour shifts, closing alone, and then getting fired for taking care of her kids? What are your thoughts, man?
I feel real bad for her. I sympathize with her and I empathize because I
Mm-hmm.
know I don't have children, but I know how it feels to have to depend on a job like that to sustain your livelihood in some kind of way.
Yep.
Shouts out to M Duddies who was in the chat, um, who is an original member of the
Right.
tribe. My boy Marcus Dudley. I met this guy working at a fast, not a well, it was originally a sit down restaurant, but eventually it came to, also have a drive through. Barbecue franchise chain in North Florida. I'm not going to mention his name, but Google it and whatever comes up, that's probably what it was. And he and I exchanged many stories with each other every day over a lot of the nonsense that takes place around working jobs like that. Things that are completely out of your control, entirely circumstantial and environmental. You can go into work one day in the greatest of moods and having the most positive of attitudes, and at a moment's notice, something will take place that can completely sully all of that. Someone will call out of work, someone will quit, someone will just show up and decide that they're in a bad mood and they don't want to do anything. There's just a whole host of reasons as to why your individual circumstance juxtaposed to working that job on that given day can go from good to bad very quick. So having to deal with that as your primary, you know, source of employment, I've been there and it's not fun. It's not fun. And the thing about that kind of situation is, you know, I did that for a period of full time. I probably did that. That was probably my life as a full-time employee, in which that was my only source of income for maybe a combined 4 or 5 years. And I could barely get by. I could barely get by on what I was being paid. And I don't have any children. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have anything like that going on. I was doing this only having to take care of myself and be responsible for myself. I didn't have to be responsible for any other people, no spouse, no girlfriend, no children. I didn't have a mortgage. I didn't have big bills like that. I didn't have health expenses. I didn't have any of that kind of real life stuff going on. All I had to pay was my rent and my utilities and my cable, and it was a done deal for me. And it was still not enough to like actually be something that I could feasibly see myself doing for the rest of my life. There's no way. You can't sustain it. You can't do it. So I can't imagine working a job like that while having mouths to feed. She said she had 3 kids. I could not imagine doing a job like that with children. So, I don't know the circumstances that went into how or why she got fired, right?
Mhm.
But I do believe her when she says she worked the shift by herself.
I believe that.
I
That's
believe
believable.
that. I believe that because I've been there. I've been in a situation in which I showed up and I was the only employee on the schedule to work the area in which I work, which was the kitchen. So I ended up working it by myself with a manager and then closing it by myself with a manager and going home after 8 or 9 hours of work. I've been there. So I believe her when she says that that happens.
Mhm.
And if it wasn't enough to be commensurate with the cost of living when I was doing it 10 years ago, it damn sure isn't enough to be commensurate with the cost of living now when the price of everything is skyrocketing. So, as weird as this may sound, her, as weird as this may sound, and I know this is going to sound weird given what I said in the previous topic, but even though I am vehemently against it morally and principally, if a woman in her position were to decide, F this, I'm just going to drop the link, I'd understand.
Yeah.
I, I would understand.
Normalization, baby.
I would still be in vehement disapproval,
Yeah, I hear
but
that.
I would understand because it's like you're a single mom raising 3 kids by yourself and you're earning a livelihood via being a manager at Burger King. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But man, I'm telling you, bro, this current and these future economies and these future markets are only going to continue to become more stratified. And if you are not on the cutting edge of the ways to make money, either because you don't have the knowledge or because life circumstance is preventing you from being on that cutting edge, you are going to be left way behind,
Yep.
way behind. And so either you're not going to be on the cutting edge because you just don't know about it, and knowledge is power. So if you're not privy to some sort of a information base that can keep you up on game on what's here and what's coming, you're going to be left out. But another reason as to why you'll be left out is because life circumstance necessitates you not being able to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to stay on the cutting edge of what's going on with emerging markets and economies when you got three young kids to take care of by yourself. Like at that point, it's a daily battle. At that point, you ain't thinking about your plan in the next 6 months to a year. You're thinking about how you're gonna make stuff happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're trying to think about ways to make stuff happen tomorrow, investing in crypto or trying to do tech or angel investing or any of these weird things or STEM, you don't have the time to think about stuff like that. You got to go work at Burger King because you need those paychecks every 2 weeks. So like it's only going to get worse. They are setting this thing up right now. These corporations and these startup companies and these trust fund kids with who have all of this, seed money to just create apps and then go to market with them, and then they become instant millionaires, and then they sell them to a large corporation, and they're set for life. All of these things are happening right now, and it is further stratifying and creating a huge chasm of people who are just swept up in the area over here where the vast majority of the people don't got it. And then you have the small group of people who are up on that, who do have it, and they're just going to create more means to make that gap wider. And so, if you're doing the Burger King thing, it already wasn't sustainable 10 years ago. It's definitely not going to be sustainable into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And, people are going to be caught out here in a real bad way, man. And if, it's bad enough to be doing that, but when you only have yourself to take care of, worse to be doing that when you actually have people to take care of and you're doing it by yourself. So yeah, I feel her, and I hope the GoFundMe gets her whatever she needs, because people out here are suffering, man. They are, and a lot of people are suffering in silence because they don't know what to do. What do I do? Like not everybody is born in a natural incubator where they learn the means to be an investor or to do the entrepreneurship thing. Like not everybody is privileged to be born into an environment in which they can curate that knowledge for themselves. And even if you're not born into it, not everyone is privileged to be able to physically position themselves within proximity to pick it up. It's a lot of this stuff is easier said than done, which is another reason why I don't like people like Lil Tay saying if you're a failure if you're working, because not everybody has the means to do what you did. It's easier said than done. It's not that simple. And I don't like the way we're just being dismissive of working class people nowadays, because there's more layers to this stuff. It's simple to be somebody who is perched up top looking down on people saying, I got a bag, you go get the one too, no excuses. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's very dismissive. But you got a lot of that going on, especially on the internet, where people are like, hey, well, if you ain't made it, you SOL, figure it out, get rich like me, just get rich. You got a lot of that going on, man, and I'm discomforted by that because it's not that easy. But I feel for this woman, man, I really do. And I hope this GoFundMe gets her the relief that she needs, because based on that video, it looks like she needs it.
Mm-hmm. And one thing, real quick, those people that's saying that stuff, like just save $5,000 a month, and then it's like, okay, bro, like what are you talking about? Those grifters, because that's all they are, grifters. Those grifters. The only reason why I'm hearing their voice is because they're looking for suckers to buy their course or to just get rich off those people. And so, real rich people, they move in silence, bro, and they just get paid and they make real business moves behind the scene, and they ain't all in front of the camera dancing in glittery suits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, those guys kick rock. I mean, outside of a good laugh, because I'll laugh at them for their little stuff. Yeah, just say $400 a week. Multiply that, put that in a hedge fund. It's like, man, hedge these funds, you bastard. So yeah, I can't stand those people,
Yeah,
man.
that's exactly what they sound like. They say the dumbest stuff as if it's the most casual thing in the world. Just go and get your real estate license and open up a brokerage and invest in this for 6 months to a year, and you'll have $100,000 and take that $100,000 and do this. And it's like, look, man, yeah, you're 100% right. That is a grift. And those individuals are earning money off of gullible people who are paying them
Thank
for
you.
their advice.
Exactly. They
Because
shardy ass advice.
that's exactly right. Because they're not actually doing the businessy thing, which is actually doing the thing which they're talking about online. So it's crazy, man. But I don't like that because there's a lot of people who are, man, like more. We need to like put the phone down and like go to Books a Million and Barnes and Noble or something,
Mhm.
buy a book on investments, read the book, like read books, do stuff like that. Get off the internet, stop listening to these grifters and these weirdo content creators because they're steering us down a dark path. And you got a lot of these people who are doing this stuff, making people feel like they're idiots in life because they don't have $1 million to their name like they do.
Right.
And then they're giving them the shabbiest of ways to go about doing it, as if it's just basic conventional wisdom. Oh, save $1,000 a day. Come on, bro.
Man,
You know,
that's what they own.
yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, I laugh at those people, man. But what this whole situation is highlighting, and you're right, that we gotta at some point we gotta dig in. And so one term that I do like that has become popularized as of late is getting locked in. And one thing, and everybody has their own definition of locked in, but it all lays down and comes to this one understanding that you got to lock in. And this is the time that I don't know when else. See, life is not going to get any better than it is today. today we're going to be like, these were the great days. Okay. All right. Thank me from 5 years from now. All right. But today, how it is, these are simpler times. whether you like it or not. And so here's the moment. This is the moment. I was thinking about this earlier today. I said, out of all the times in human history, there has been these moments for whatever civilization that's around, these tipping point, volatile moments where you have to make a decision and a choice. And right now, we're at this tipping point, if we haven't already, you know what I'm saying, started to tip over. All right. That if you don't come up with something now, like you got to do it now and you got to lock in. So like how you said, some people ain't got the time. You're going to have to find that time. One of the cool things about myself that I learned in college is that I do have the capacity to lock in. I mean, I will put off a 16-page paper with the best of them and get that thing crushed in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Cited resources and all in my bibliography before Chat GPT, baby. Getting that solid B. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, if I took 2 days to do this, I would have got an A. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make is there was times where I stayed up literally all night. I stayed up all night to get stuff done in college. Either study all night for a test, a 20-something page research paper that took the whole semester to build, and I waited until the last week. I was that person. What was I doing those other weeks, man? Hey, man, the juice parties wiped my memory. They wiped my memory. I don't even know what's going on. But that last week, though, I locked in. And so also playing sports, there were moments where I locked in with my own version of training. And I saw the results either that week, the following month or something like that, where, hey man, all of that work that I was putting in just right there, look at all this stuff that's paying off. At some point, I don't want to call these things excuses, but we have to start looking at this like life or death.
Yeah.
And if your life was on the line, you would create that LLC. You said, what I got to do? What I got to do? Man, just go to this website and fill this out and pay $135 fee. You do that in an instant. But because there's no, what I'm looking for, emergency. There's no
Urgency.
urgency. There you go. There's no urgency to get it done. It can back burner. I need to get some rest tonight. I had a long week. And it's like, all right, well, keep playing like that. I sound like those grifter guys that's about to sell you a quote. But I'm being serious. And so at some point, we're going to have to lock in before this year's up. So my conscious approach is, we're not out here caught up in the whatever, because not everybody's going to get bailed out by a GoFundMe. That's not sustainable. You know what I'm saying? If this lady parlays this into some type of internet career where she can constantly get donations from people because she's in their algorithm, because they follow her or whatever, she's going to have to go back to whatever type of struggle after that 65K is gone. So everybody can't rely on a bailout. We have to create our own sustainable type of thing, man. And so now more than ever, got to find our version of locked in and lock in, whether it's a couple nights a week or whatever. We got to find time to make sure that we have some type of life later. So, yeah, that's what this situation showed me, man. You know, because these jobs, when they don't want you around, they can get rid of you for any reason. And then, you know, again, not everybody's going to come bail you out after you got wrongfully terminated. So just lock in, y'all, myself included.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, not relying on a traumatic event to bring
Right.
urgency to you, but
Right.
rather just looking at rather living life in general with a healthy sense of urgency overall,
Yes.
I think is the right way to approach it. You just kind of have to have your head on a swivel in
Mhm.
terms of looking for ways to parlay something into opportunity. So I
Mhm.
feel you on that. But man, I feel for people in her position who I can only imagine how hard it is
Huh.
to be you know, well, I somewhat know, not I don't have firsthand knowledge, but I do have some secondhand knowledge of how hard it is to be a single parent raising children, especially that many of them, three. That is, it's tough. And then on top of that, you're trying to develop or build something that can last and be foundational. It's not easy, man. It's not. It really isn't. So I feel for her. And I just hope that I don't know how GoFundMe works. I don't know if you. I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure it's. I assume it's not free money. I assume that you got to pay some kind of taxes on that. Like
Oh, hell.
you're not just gonna withdraw that full amount. Like you just get to walk away. I'm pretty sure something has to be paid to Uncle Sam. So I just hope that, you know, whatever she gets access to after all that happens, she does whatever she needs to do to kind of bring
Yeah.
herself to a level where she's not indebted in any sort of serious way, and then make some kind of a strategic investment. Do something that can, in which you plant a seed for the future. You know, that's the best that I can hope for her, because, you know, raising three children by yourself, you're not going back. It's hard to do. Like, what's she gonna do? Go back to school? Like, it's hard. Like, she got to raise those kids. So, and it's a lot of people in that situation, man. So it's just like, capitalism feasts on people like this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It really does. Capitalism eats off of those people. Eats off of people who go after the loans and the credit cards and the lenders. That's capitalism loves those people. It really does. So good luck to her. I hope everything works out. But man, that hit me. That hit me close. I ain't gonna front.
That's wild stuff, man. You know, best of luck to her. You know, she should try enrolling into my locked in seminar. Um, Just $5,000 a ticket. She clearly has it now. So just inbox me at Dogon_SS on Instagram, and send me a cash app for 5K, and I'll send you my pamphlet. Hey, that's all they do, man.
Hey,
And then somebody donates the 5K, man. So
listen, what are you doing out here? What are you doing out here if you don't have a pamphlet?
that's what I'm saying, bro. I got pamphlets galore. So I've got the digital version and the kind I can mail to you. All right. So guys, just go ahead and send me the money, and you'll have it on your way.
It's on the way, right?
Mhm.